Prediabetes is one of the greatest threats to your health that exists today. Now, I know that that's a pretty bold statement considering all that's going on in the world, but this problem of insulin resistance increases your risk of many severe diseases. You may be suffering from prediabetes and not even know it. Statistics show that if you have prediabetes today, you'll likely have full-blown type 2 diabetes in 3 to 5 years. Around 100 million people in the US are suffering from prediabetes today. But here's the catch. You don't even know you have it. Children, teenagers, young adults, people who are going about everyday life and consider themselves healthy are in fact not healthy at all. A serious prerequisite to disease, insulin resistance, has already developed in your body. When you're younger, your body has the ability to deal with this overabundance of sugar flooding into your system. But once you're in your 40s and 50s and beyond, this issue spirals out of control. This is when you go to your doctor, who's been monitoring your health for years now, and all of a sudden, surprise, you have type 2 diabetes. Now the truth is it's not a surprise at all. This problem has been developing in your body for years. Many doctors are just waiting around for that moment, for the moment for this issue to get bad enough so that they could recommend a medication that would actually cover up the problem and not get to the real cause, the real root cause of this issue of insulin resistance. Now your cholesterol goes up, inflammation is rampant in your body, your risk of heart disease is high, excess weight keeps piling on, and you're one of those people you're like, I just look at food and I gain weight. Then your immune system is impaired, leaving you susceptible to viral infections, and your health is really spiraling out of control. That's not a reality that anyone wants to face. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 10 warning signs that you have prediabetes. But before we do, I want to let you know that we're currently doing open enrollment for our health consulting program at New Vision Health Center called NutriCore. It's been a full year since we've accepted participants into the NutriCore program. So I'm excited to give more people the opportunity to join. If you're looking for a second opinion, or a natural solution to your health concerns, or just want to get help from doctors and nutritionists who look to solve your health issues at the root cause and not just push pharmaceuticals on you, then click the link below to set up a complimentary wellness advisor call to see if NutriCore is right for you. There's limited spots available. The link is in the description below. Now, the first of our 10 warning signs that you may be dealing with prediabetes is this. It's extreme fatigue after meals. Now, have you ever eaten lunch and felt that you need a nap, or even an energy drink or a coffee just to keep you functioning? Well, this fatigue is a result of a huge surge of a metabolic hormone called insulin, which is enormously energy demanding, stealing all of your energy. This insulin surge, of course, is a sign that the metabolic process in your body is broken. Your body is struggling. So if you're eating and those meals are causing extreme fatigue, maybe a sign that you have insulin resistance. Now, the next symptom of insulin resistance and prediabetes that we want to look out for is that you're craving sweets all the time. And this is an insatiable craving for sweets that won't go away. And the worst part is that when you crave them and you eat them, all of a sudden you start craving more. This hunger for sweets just is insatiable. So what we want to do is take that as a serious sign as well. Now, the next sign is going to the bathroom constantly. What happens when your blood sugar goes high is your body's just basically trying to survive. If the blood sugar was to spiral out of control, you would die. So essentially what happens is your kidneys kick in, they decide to start doing some of the work, and the kidneys start to flush out all that excess sugar. So you find yourself in a position where you're constantly going to the bathroom. And so if you have constant urination, that's a sign that you may have insulin resistance. Now this is going to lead to another problem. And that is, if you're running to the bathroom all the time, you're going to be thirsty all the time. So if you're drinking lots of water, going to the bathroom a lot, those are signs and symptoms of prediabetes. Now, the next one we want to look at is one that many people struggle with, and it may be you. And this is that you can't lose weight. So maybe you're somebody who's cutting calories, you're eating less food. That doesn't seem to really work. It's not getting you any results. Then you start to exercise, and that's not really working efficiently either. Well, you can't lose weight at this point due to your insulin levels being really high. And those high insulin levels are blocking fat loss. And this causes a problem in the body called weight loss resistance. So if you find yourself in a position where you just can't seem to lose weight, well, then you may be dealing with insulin resistance. Now, the thing that's very interesting of these top 10 signs of insulin resistance is that they show up prior to you ever getting a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes. So if you can watch out for these, you'll be far ahead of a diagnosis. Many times you'll see these signs and symptoms before a diagnosis, before a test comes back positive or anything. So just pay attention, listen to your body, try to stay in tune, because you can be your own doctor when you're listening to your body. And then when you understand that there's a problem, take action on it. Next thing on our list is going to be blurred vision. Now, this is so interesting because the top cause of blindness worldwide is due to type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. What happens is you get a lot of swelling of the retina. A lot of vessels within the eye start to swell. And the thing is, eventually, if this goes undetected and no changes are made, you could go blind from it. And what is even more interesting is that people that I've worked with have noticed if they have a ton of sugar the night before, they'll wake up the next morning and their vision won't be very good. They'll have blurred vision. Or maybe they have a day where they just eat a whole lot of sugar through the entire day. They'll notice the following day that their vision is just awful. So you can really see these changes start to take place immediately if you have insulin resistance. So watch out for that blurred vision. Next on our list is going to be joint stiffness and pain. Now, this one's pretty interesting because many people fall into this category. And if you have joint stiffness and pain, the reason for it is because you have an inflammatory problem in your body. Now, I'm not just talking about you having a little bit of joint stiffness here and there. I'm talking your neck hurts, your low back hurts, your knees hurt, everything is hurting all the time. That is due to a huge inflammatory problem, an arthritic problem potentially occurring in the body, even possibly an autoimmune condition. So if you see yourself in constant pain all the time, make sure that you consider that having insulin resistance could be a potential possibility. Now, here's the next thing we're going to look out for, and this is pretty cool because we're going to move into some testing. Now, this particular test you can do right in the comfort of your home. Now, this is going to be a fasted blood sugar test. So what you do is you go to any simple pharmacy and you get the blood sugar testing device. You take a little drip of blood from your finger and you put it on the device, and it'll tell you what your blood sugar is. What you want to do is fast for 8 hours and then test your blood sugar. And if you fall between 100 and 125, that is a sign that you have prediabetes. This is information that's powerful for you to take action with your health. Now, there's another test that you can do, and you're going to have to get a blood draw, go to your doctor to get this test done. And this is going to be an A1C test. Now, this test is really cool because it kind of shows you historical evidence of what your blood sugar has been doing over the past 3 months. It looks at how much sugar is glycosylated to the blood cell. And if you fall between a 5.7 and a 6.4 in the A1C test, this is also a sign that you have prediabetes, a very valuable test. So what can we do, right? Now, it's important to understand that these problems are very much reversible. In Western medicine, in most cases, people go on medication and they don't ever reverse these at all. They sit home and they wait for them to get worse as they're eating a diet that's causing these problems. And so if you want to start taking action on it today, some simple steps that you can do is start following a no sugar diet, a ketogenic style type of diet, no sugar, but also no grains. The other thing that we can do in order to take immediate action on this problem is we can start following a non-inflammatory diet, because it's important to realize that, insulin resistance doesn't just come from eating too much sugar. It also comes from an inflammatory problem in the body. So following an anti-inflammatory diet is really key to you getting some great results here. We can also exercise daily, because when you exercise, you actually start bringing your blood sugar down. So those are a few things that you can take action on today in order to start getting great results with your health. If you like this video, I think you'll really like this video next.